"Hi, this is Reddit Confessions channel." She didn't see it right away. Her laughter was too loud, too comfortable. The man across from her leaned in, offering another flirty joke over complimentary champagne. Her smile glowed in the low lounge lighting, all ease and performance. A woman in control. A woman about to change everything. The moment she unzipped her handbag, that illusion cracked. She reached for her compact mirror, probably to check her lipstick. But her fingers brushed velvet soft, unfamiliar. Her breath hitched. She paused. Then, with perfectly manicured fingers, she pulled out the small black box. There was a flicker in her eyes. Confusion, maybe fear. She opened it. Inside was her wedding ring. The one she swore she lost in Chicago. The one I found jammed between the passenger seat and floor mat of a silver Lexus that didn't belong to either of us. Her lips parted, but no words came. Then she saw the folded note beneath the ring. 2 lines. "You don't have to lie about late meetings anymore." The keys on the counter. "I'm already gone." She read it again, slowly this time. The man beside her was saying something, but she didn't hear him. The world dimmed. Her heartbeat pounded like thunder in her ears. There were no cameras, no confrontation, just a box in her hand and the truth hitting her harder than any outburst could. That wasn't her wake-up call. It was her verdict. But let me rewind, not to our first kiss or our wedding. Let me take you to 2 Thursdays ago. That was the night she told me she'd be working late. She claimed it was a branding emergency, an all-hands sprint for a pharmaceutical client. No eye contact, just excuses. She wore new perfume, something citrusy and warm. Tangerine, maybe cinnamon. She hadn't worn it for me. At 8:37 p.m., I checked her location. She wasn't at her office. She was across the city, at the Lantern Glass, the high-end restaurant I once tried to book for our anniversary. She'd called it unjustifiable, too expensive. But now suddenly, it was just right. I called the place, pretending to be someone checking on a reservation. "Yes," the host said. "Table for 2. Window booth." Under her name. I didn't go there. I didn't blow up her phone or storm in to make a scene. I waited. The next day, she left her car keys on the coffee table. I took her Lexus to refill the gas. The seat was pushed far back. Gum wrappers in the console, not her brand. And then I saw it, glinting under the passenger seat. The ring she had lost in Chicago. That was when I knew. Not suspected, knew. So I made a plan. Not revenge, not rage, just silence. Truth. A goodbye that she couldn't interrupt or spin. I called the airport lounge she'd be departing from. I told them there was a security issue with a personal item. Could they flag it for inspection and reseal it? Inside, I asked them to place the box, the ring and the note. They agreed. No questions. She was traveling for a presentation that was supposed to define her career. At least, that's what she told me. But what she didn't know, what she hadn't even considered, was that someone else had left her a message too. Lydia called me the night before Clarissa's trip. Her voice was shaky but direct. "You don't know me well," she said, "but I used to work with your wife." She told me that Clarissa had lied to her team, climbed her way up by stepping on others. "I was fired because of her," she whispered, "because I caught her doing something she shouldn't have, sending confidential material to someone outside the company, a man named Damon." Lydia had warned HR. Clarissa had buried the evidence and framed Lydia for a completely unrelated infraction. "I left her a note, too," she said. "What kind?" "Just a reminder. In a gold compact mirror. It says, 'Everything you stepped on to climb up, it remembers.'" That was the second thing waiting in her bag at the airport. 13 minutes. That's how long she sat there after opening the ring box. Not moving. Not speaking. Holding her ring in one hand, Lydia's note in the other. She didn't board her flight. She booked a new one to a different city. She never called her team. Never gave a presentation. She was trying to disappear. Back home, I made sure her keycard didn't work anymore. Her clothes, carefully folded, were dropped off at her sister's house. Inside her suitcase, taped into the front pocket, was a third note. You always said you needed a fresh start. Here it is. You're free to chase anything, just not while tethered to me. 3 days passed. I thought it was over. Then someone knocked on my door. It was a woman I'd never met, poised, calm, with a folder tucked under her arm. She didn't introduce herself right away. She didn't cry. She didn't ask for anything. She looked me straight in the eye. Are you Wendell? I nodded. I'm Mallory, she said. And I think we've been married to the same lie. I stepped aside. She walked in like she belonged there. She placed the folder on my kitchen counter and opened it. Photos, screenshots, email printouts, to boarding passes, a receipt from a luxury jeweler with Clarissa's name on it. Under custom engraving, DC, Damon Chapman. Mallory flipped the last page, an email chain. Clarissa had forwarded Damon our home schedule. When I'd be gone, where I kept the backup key in the garage. I felt like the floor fell out beneath me. Mallory didn't blink. I was going to confront him at work, she said. But I figured maybe it's better if they see us together. Us? I asked. Let's send them a picture. You and me, dinner at your table. Let them wonder how long we've known. It wasn't revenge. It was exposure. And I agreed. That night, we sat across from each other, not pretending, not plotting, just existing. We ordered Thai. She took one photo. No smiles. No acting. Just two people bound by truth. And then she sent it. Within minutes, both our phones started buzzing. Clarissa. Damon. Missed calls. Dozens of texts. We ignored them. Later that week, we found the apartment. The one they were using. Leased in both our names. Set up like a fallback plan. My plates. My old blanket. A painting I thought Clarissa hated, hanging on the wall. They had built a shadow life with our identities. And it wasn't just about the affair anymore. It was fraud. Mallory and I started tracking it all. Wire transfers, shell companies, offshore accounts. Damon wasn't even his real name. He had changed it years ago. After embezzling from a startup in Austin, he was using Clarissa, and she didn't realize until it was too late. Eventually, we went to a lawyer, not for revenge, but to stop them. One that specialized in financial crimes. We handed over everything. Documents, names, dates, passwords. Clarissa cracked first. Turned herself in. Gave up Damon's entire operation. Why? Because she finally realized she was disposable too. Damon tried to run. But he was caught trying to board a yacht in Puerto Rico with a passport that didn't belong to him. He's facing multiple federal charges now. Clarissa was offered a deal in exchange for her cooperation. As for Mallory and me, we don't talk much now. But we met once more, at a calf. No drama. No pain. Just two people who survived the same storm. She smiled before leaving. I don't think we were meant to save each other, she said. Just to witness it. She was right. I live in a quieter place now. I fix furniture. I journal. I wake up without a knot in my chest. I don't check her social media. I don't wear my ring. And if finally accepted that walking away isn't weakness. Sometimes, it's the only way to take your power back. She thought it'd burn everything down. But I didn't. I just turned on the light. And left.